I'm kind of blown away by how much more I liked this album with each listen. And this is why I listened to it for a full week before I will actually give it a final rating. Good morning, afternoon, and or evening. My name is Derek, Professor Silly. I'm going off script because I know what I want to tell you. I am listening to, reacting, and rating albums important to the development of heavy metal music in chronological release date order, giving my honest opinions and rating them as an individual. Now, as we move through the history, it's inevitable that we're going to have disagreements on what is and isn't metal. The criteria that I'm using is if somebody at some point wrote in a magazine, in a book, or something similar to that, that something was important to metal, I will gladly include it. I'm taking requests from viewers, although I still check it against that. I need to see that it's not just some one person saying it's important. There needs to be a actual paper trail that somebody else has made that argument that it's important to metal. Early on in this journey, a lot of this really isn't quite metal yet. So maybe it's proto-metal. This album was listed in an article by Louder Sound as an important proto-metal album. Who the F am I? Why does my opinion matter? I'm just a guy. I'm just a dude. I did play in a metal band when I was a teenager from 15 to 18. I played in biker bars with older musicians, pretty much a cover band. Played a lot of Metallica and things like that. So I was a metalhead for a number of years, and I still do quite enjoy and love listening to metal. In the interest of keeping this as fair use, I will be commenting during the music. That is how I am going to not run afoul of copyright issues and these videos can stay up. This channel is not monetized, so it doesn't matter. If it were to ever become monetized, the copyright holders would get everything. I'm not making any money doing this. I'm doing it because I love it and because I'm enjoying it. So I'm not being paid to be here. I'm just here because I like it. So yeah, take that as you will. Aha. See, I still have my notes. I'm just trying to not read from them anymore. I am dubious of only listening to something once and then giving a knee-jerk rating. So I'm going to react to this album and then I'm going to listen to it for a full week. During that time, I'll do research. I don't like researching beforehand too much. I don't want that to color. I wouldn't want any research to color what I think of something. I want what I feel, what I think about it to be raw and personal and true to me. And if I read too much up on something beforehand, that could color my thinking, allowing to group think and all that nonsense. So I'll do research after I listen to it for the first time. And if there's an album that you want me to add to my list and I haven't passed the release date, I will happily add it. If I have passed the release date, I'll still add it, but it's not going to be a full-length reaction. It's going to be a short. And I'm trying to do one full-length video and one short every week. So, bang. This was released in February of 1972. So, just about a month after the first Blue Oyster Cult album. I know, other than that, very little about this album. There's not much information. I had to dig to even find when this album was released. It seems pretty sparse. I don't know how much research I'll be able to do after listening to it, frankly. We'll see. So yeah, let's get into this. Yeah, let's get into it. All right. Even the link I have on YouTube, which I will share, isn't an official one. It was uploaded by another guy with a lot of subscribers. Holy crap. Looks like there's 8 tracks, and it starts with Lions Christians. Frank Ferreira on lead vocals, Frank Gilkin on guitars, and Tony DeLorio on drums. All right. Okay. That lead guitar reminded me a little bit of like Iron Maiden, a little bit. That sounds like Ozzy Osbourne, doesn't it? The guitar also sounds a little bit like Rick Derringer. It's like if Rick Derringer was in Iron Maiden, maybe. Oh, you can definitely hear the Black Sabbath influence on this, for sure.
bloodstained grounds. They tell us death by starving hounds. Our skin, our bones, they'll desecrate. Our soul, our faith, they'll never take. Our love was strong, we chose our Lord. We knew we'd die by beast or sword. Our fear of God was strong, stronger than our fear of death, our fear of man. No more pain and wondering why. We're with our God, He heard our cry.
Yeah, this is saturated with Black Sabbath vibes.
We had the vision, now we are free. Our screams will live in history. Our screams will live in history.
Okay. Right. So of all the things to like pull from Black Sabbath, those first three albums, a little bit of the guitar and a whole lot of the vocals, that's what they pulled from it. Part of what I love about Black Sabbath is the drumming. The drumming here didn't seem at all influenced by Black Sabbath per se. In fact, I barely noticed the drumming or the bass playing. It seemed just guitar and vocals. As I go through, I'm going to see if that's just because of the mix or because I just wasn't paying attention. The next track is "The Queen," and it's not "The Queen" by Melvins. Melvins Queen is a great song. That's '94. We'll get there eventually, some year. All right, Queen, The Queen. Okay. So it sounds like the vocals are going to stay in that Ozzy wheelhouse.
She catered strange desires. Her splendid, easy women would gladly grace your side. Beneath that creamy ecstasy, revealing scars they hide.
Okay. The bass is doing some cool stuff, but God, his tone sucks. That's maybe not on him. That could be on the engineer. The tone is just, as a bass player, like, I wish I was hearing what the bass player was doing in a better way. That's very Sabbath. Very Sabbath, wow. Okay. And drums. I'm gonna piss people off right now. The drums remind me a little bit of the drummer of U2, insofar as it sounds like they got marching band experience, and the marching band experience is bleeding into this. I'm not a fan of that. Cool melody. It almost makes me wonder how big of a drum set the drummer's using. I haven't heard any toms. Have I? Or cymbals? Is it literally just a bass drum and a snare drum? Oh, it might be a little floor tom there. Some cool, that's some good guitar tone right there. Is the production using a heavy compression on the vocals? Is that how they're getting that sound? I'm not a producer or an engineer. My experience in the studio is very limited. All right. So, super Black Sabbath vibes so far. Although I think it's notable that this is after Master of Reality. None of this sounds like it's been downtuned at all. And some of the chords they're playing, it sounds tinny. Tinny. That could just be the production, which they may have had no control over. I have no idea. I really didn't see whether there will even be much information about this album during the research phase. This may have been recorded on the super cheap and done super fast as well, which could explain a lot of the issues I'm hearing. Track 3, Last Will and Testament. That sounds kind of metal. Oh no.
It's deadly cold. Your friends and family
Okay.
sit with remorse.
How long is this song?
It's time to read what's left to them of all the wealth you couldn't spend. Your lawyer's filled with wit and greed. Begin at once your will to breathe. Sneaky smiles, they cross their mouths. Happy people make their way through the world every day. Sad people, they can't seem to find their way across that rejected line.
Okay.
I'm pushed along by a carrying horse. They're always crawling, moving towards that pile of gold up in the sky, the one that seems to pass them by.
Again, marching band. Weird.
My worldly goods, I leave my wife. She's undeserving, was just a private whore, yet she never locked her bedroom door. In times of need, she was always there. My tears and pain.
The next song better rip my face off. Damn it.
Happy people make their way through the world every day. Saddened people, they can't seem to find their way across that rejected line.
Those are almost some Beatles-esque harmonies there.
Pushed along by a carried horse, they're always crawling, moving towards that pile of gold up in the sky, the one that seems to pass them by. Forgetting memories of our past. Ooh, they want their splendid right to last. They start with love, avoiding hate.
Okay. Maybe some early Pink Floyd influence there as well. Uh, I mean, I'm sure if I was a teenager in 1971, I would probably love the hell out of this. But as a 50 some year old in the 2020s, okay. I didn't like that track very much. Let's hope that's the only slow one of the bunch. Again, the bass. I like what the bass player is doing. I wish he had better gear. So it was just had a little bit more bottom to it, a little more support. He's doing cool stuff. It could sound cooler. Even maybe even we wouldn't even need it, but maybe even a little bit of like a big muff pie fuzz would go a long way to making it sound just overall thicker. That'd be cool. All right, track 4, Come With Me. I don't know. Okay. Promising. Okay. They're cymbals.
Everyone, come with me, leave your world, come and see. Do the things you like to do.
Of course, the cymbal sounds like it's about this big.
No pain can't go insane. No one can go berserk.
It's only playing a little like Hello Kitty drum set.
Never eat, never sleep. Yeah. Explore a path of peaceful dreams. Get those weary bummers see.
He's sounding less like Ozzy here as well.
No evil eye, no need to lie. In simple ways we'll live our day. No pain can go insane. No one can go berserk. Just happy days, no worldly ways. Never read, never sleep. Yeah. Friends are gone, it won't be long. Leave your world, come with me. Friends are gone, it won't be long. Leave your world, come with me.
Weird. That's sort of guitar solo stuff you would hear throughout metal,
Everyone, come
but
with
here it sounds almost more like it had been played on keyboard, but it's definitely guitar.
Do the things
Interesting.
you like to do. Come with me for eternity. No pain can't go insane. No one can go berserk. Just happy days, no worldly ways. Never read, never sleep. Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
Come with me, everyone. Come with me. Everyone, come with me. Everyone, come with me. Come with me.
Wow. All right. He didn't sound like Ozzy at all there. Okay. Despite the drums sounding like a little Hello Kitty drum set, and the bass like it's being played through a little micro amp, that's probably my favorite track so far. I imagine hearing that live, like in a house party, would have been amazing. I'm getting the feeling that the band is way better than the album. That whoever engineered and produced the album just didn't have a big budget to work with and didn't take the time. That's what it sounds like to me so far. Or they did it themselves and they had all this musical knowledge but no production knowledge. That could be as well. Okay, we're halfway through. Track 5, Our Home. Not to be confused with Our House, which is not in the same genre at all. Okay. A little space here. Oh, now it's not. Interesting.
White sand, majestic sparkling snow, clean rivers, unspoiled, free to flow. He gave these treasures for our home, uncaring destruction we have
Sorry.
shown. Our gift, we've wasted it, yeah, we've thrown away. Yeah, this was to be our home. This was to be our home. This was to be our home.
It almost sounds like somebody made an unholy amalgamation of Black Sabbath and Pink Floyd. I don't know if it's Black Sabbath trying to play Pink Floyd or Pink Floyd trying to play Black Sabbath, but
Starving victims fleeing blindly, fighting death's clutching hand. Tin-foiled hot dogs by the thousands, rotting sweetly on the land. Unread leafless flesh your doorstep, reeking rivers filled with foam. Sulfur clouds gag each new day, my God, this was to be our home. 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 Yeah, this was to be our home. This was to be our home. This was to be our home. Yeah, our home. Yeah, our home.
Were they trying to write a big hit single for the charts here? Boop. How long is that song? 18, 19, 20, about 3.5 minutes. Almost feels like they were trying to write something that could go onto the radio there. Okay. Future Shock. Let's see what this one's about. Okay. The drums are a little behind. Weird. Sounding more like Ozzy again. Did they downtune for this song as well? This feels lower. Yeah, this vocals here are sounding a little bit of Ozzy Osbourne, but a little bit of Geddy Lee as well, right? I don't think Rush has had an album out yet. This predates Rush, I'm pretty sure. Future Shock. Oh, pause. All right, that was really interesting and heavier. Again, I feel like they downtuned for that song at least, which would show the Master of Reality influence happening now. Master of Reality at this point had been out for a little bit, right? There's my thing. So Master of Reality came out August of 71. I don't know when this was recorded. This was released in February of 72. So 6 months beforehand, it could have had time to. They may even have like heard Mass Reality and like, oh, and then like had already written the song and then like tuned it down just for the recording. That's possible. I don't know. Just guessing. All right. Questions. This is the name of the next song. Not that I have them. I mean, I do, but. Better bass tone. This sounds so much better than the first few songs on the album. The drums are still mixed really low. Harmonies, huh? They're using an interval in that harmony that I really like. He's sounding less like Ozzy again here. Some songs he sounds very Ozzy Osbourne. Here, not as much. I'm hearing future metal in some of the vocal delivery here, for sure. And then there's the harmonies, which is less metal, but... Indeed. Everybody in the bar, sing along. The lyrics are easy. It's just law. Okay. That's one way to end a song. Okay. That brings us to our last track, Redman. I have no idea how well. This looks to be like it might be a lengthier track, like almost five minutes. Most everything else has been like in the 3.5 to 4.5 range so far. All right, let's hear it. That almost sounded like a little Danzig-esque. Evil blues. No longer Danzig. Harmonies again. Hey, the drummer's got a cowbell.
A weapon of war invaded mankind. Fatal germs killed all left behind, sparing those few who fled underground. Unlike the Redman would never be found.
Here again, hearing the Black Sabbath, both in the melody and the little like guitar, like dun dun dun, nah, dun dun dun, nah.
We all need a wishing star.
A little cheesy.
Spirit to tell us who we are. Our future's unclear, it's baked into clay. Give us a chance to start a new day. Start a new day. Why we were spared, we may never know. We're given a choice, the gun or the bow. Beneath our feet, the survivors have died. Again, through the calm of nature we ride.
Back at that. Back at that.
All right.
All right.
We all need a wishing star. A spirit to tell us who we are. Our future's unclear, it's baked into clay. We have the chance to start a new day. Start a new day.
That almost sounds like non-prog rock musicians trying to get a little proggy, but not having the technical expertise to pull it off, which I think is almost a little cooler. Okay, that was Bang. This is going to be an interesting week. Right, so that was Bang. So, again, louder sound. Is that what the name of it? Yeah, louder sound. As well as viewer, and I don't want to massacre your name. Oh no, this was Steven. Steven was the person that recommended Bang. I'm not going to massacre your name. So thank you for the recommendation. The fact that I was able to find an article that reinforced the request made me feel even better about it. So yeah, apparently this was important, an important proto-metal. I think the list was like the top 10 most important proto-metal albums you've maybe never heard of, I think is how it was referenced. Interesting. Definitely an American Black Sabbath influenced thing. I think that's undeniable. But there's some interesting stuff there that's not very Black Sabbath. I'm curious how I'm going to feel about it at the end of the week. So I'm going to listen to it, and then I will be back here in less than 1 second with my final thoughts. I'm kind of blown away by how much more I liked this album with each listen. And this is why I listen to it for a full week before I will actually give it a final rating. I was really taken out of it in my initial listen by the mix. The drums are mixed really low. The bass is mixed pretty low on about half of the tracks. The vocals and guitars are shoved way in the front. And that I found that really distracting the first time I listened to it. The more I listened to it, the more I was able to really hear what the band was doing overall with the compositions, and I found that I was liking it more and more. Unfortunately, that the mix, the production value in the mix, does prevent it from being perfect. I can't rate it that high, but I'm ranking it pretty high overall. This is a really cool album. The tracks that really stuck out to me, the one I found keep coming back in my head over and over, Our Home, Future Shock, and Questions. Those are all near perfect as far as I'm concerned, like 4.5 for each of those songs. My least favorite song would be Last Will and Testament, which is the mellow one. It's got a really cool chorus with cool harmonies, but the verses, I didn't love the verses. So that gives this album overall a rating of 4.06, a solid A album. Boom. And there it is. So as you can see, I did move some stuff around and I did edit. I've been continuing to listen to these albums in addition to the albums I'm listening to at any given week, and making sure that I'm really for sure confident of how I'm rating each song. So as a result, Deep Purple in Rock, which I did as a short, has moved up to S tier. I don't like it as much as the Black Sabbath albums. It doesn't rank as highly as the Black Sabbath albums, but it's really good. Better than Fireball. Everybody that commented about it, they were correct. They were right. Child in Time really is the one that the more I listen to that, the more I like it, despite the kind of folky elements to it. And Led Zeppelin. I don't know why I originally ranked Rock and Roll as 4-star. Rock and Roll's 5. It's a 5-star song. Battle of Evermore also grew on me with each listen. My knee-jerk reaction to folky kind of things is, but there's enough interesting things happening in both those songs from those two different bands that I do really like them. So both of those moved up. Just as a point of interest, I'm working on my next. I'm already listening to the next one that's gonna be a short. I think I found my first F tier album. So be on the lookout for that. But next week, Deep Purple, Machine Head. This is not a first time listen. I'm very familiar with this album. This has been my favorite Deep Purple album, but I'm going to give it I haven't probably listened to the album in a few years, and maybe never on headphones. So I'm really looking forward to that. Keep the comments coming. I love it. My album list is now over 160 albums. Continuing to find new lists. I found a new proto-metal list that has a bunch of stuff I've never heard of. That's all around about this same time period. So that'll be adding to the list. That may push off Black Sabbath 4 a little bit. We'll see. And it's going to be controversial, but I feel like I should probably include every Grammy award-winning best heavy metal album ever. If it's not already on the list, every metal album that's won a Grammy for best heavy metal should probably be on my list. For historic curiosity, if nothing else. I do know that means the first one will be Jethro Tull. That may be the only Jethro Tull. I remember that. I remember when that happened. I was rooting for Jane's Addiction. Nothing shocking. I know everybody else is rooting for Metallica. And then Jethro Tull won it. But I'm going to include all those as well. So we're going to probably hit 200 albums pretty quickly if y'all keep sending me stuff. So you have a great rest of your whatever, and I will see you next time. Ta-ta.